Hi, my name is Brian Venton, and welcome to Words of Hope, Words of Encouragement, and Words of a Challenge. This is a pastoral message that I'm doing today on the concept of truth. Proverbs 6:22 to 23 says this: "When you walk, they," referring to the scriptures, "will lead you, and when you lie down, they will watch over you. And when you awake, they will talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching is a light, and the reproofs of discipline are a way of life." How encouraging are those words? Whether we're going about our daily business and our chores in life, or whether we are at rest, God's word can be a lamp to our feet in a world of uncertainty. Many of us have argued in recent times that our nation is facing a crisis of truth. We seem to have lost trust in many of our institutions. There's also a popular theme being bandied around that encourages us to speak our truth or to stand in our truth, perhaps as an alternative to the crisis of truth in our nation. I often ponder what this might mean. What truth are we actually talking about when we are standing in our truth? Or what are we actually trying to communicate by these words? Then, in recent times, we've also heard the statement that truth will set you free. And what many of us may not realise is that this is an actual quote or partial quote from the scriptures. They are actually the words of Jesus from John 8:28, where he said, and listen to this, he says, "If you abide in my word, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Now let me put it another way. According to Jesus, there is a conditional aspect to knowing truth. The kind of truth that he speaks about here that can set us free is directly linked to himself and our willingness to abide in a continuing way in his word. But then Jesus in John 14:6 went on to say something even more profound than this. He said of himself that he was the way, the truth, and the life. What did he mean by that? When he said this, he wasn't saying that he would point you in the way or show you what truth was, or in some way explain what life issues might mean for us in some kind of religious or as a social commentator or something. He was in actual fact making a statement. He was saying that in and of himself, he was the way, the truth, and the life. You and I could never say something like this, but Jesus did. So to know him, he suggests, is to know truth. That's a profound statement and challenges our very understanding of the nature of truth. I suggest to you that the problem for us as a nation is that we have chosen to reject Jesus as the essence of truth and then replaced him with our own version of truth. Following our own version of truth is fundamentally a convenient way of rejecting God and his revealed word in favour of standing in a truth of our own design. Now, I know this might not be a palatable thing to say, but in many respects, it is the fundamental problem of our time that faces us as a nation. We have chosen to live as if God doesn't exist, and instead pursue a God of our own making. We have rejected the notion of God on the one hand and replaced him with a God of our own choosing. So, what think ye of Christ? Is he just a truth teller, like you and I might be? Or is he the very essence of truth, as he suggested he is, in and of himself? There's a huge difference between those two ideas, and I suggest that it is a difference worth contemplating and thinking about over this next week until we chat again. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to talking again sometime. Bye.